It's in Pasha Kedoshim last week, okay? So it says, Ki Kedoshim, right to you, Kedosh, Ki Kedoshim, because I am holy. So it says the following. This is a little Kabbalistic. Omer Rabbi Seinu Zechrenu Levracha. The rabbi said, Kol echad yesh le chaluka d'Rabbanan l'olam haba. Everybody, when they come to the next world, you get a chaluk. A chaluk is like a coat, a robe, right? Everybody gets a robe, a chaluka d'Rabbanan. In the next world, everybody gets a robe. V'chol chelik u'chaluka d'Rabbanan. Now you start off with this robe. Im kavod li'adei mitzvah achas, right? If the mitzvah comes to your hand, v'yava mimena, and you walk away from the mitzvah, you lose a couple of threads from your robe. And it's not, you might be missing a sleeve, you might be missing your collar, right? Because you didn't do everything that you were supposed to do. Like Yeshua said, okay, now, he says an unbelievable story. Rabbi Lezer, Rabbi Yeshua, they were going on Yom Tov to the Beis Medrash. They were walking through the Harabayis to Beis Hamikdash, right, where the Harabayis were. The Rov Malach Echad, they saw an angel. He was leaving the Harabayis. And in his hand, he had a robe, a beautiful robe. This angel had a beautiful robe. Meguat, it was like iron. Huh? No, it was like pressed. Yeah, iron, pressed. Clean, pressed. Umeir, umazer kashemet, and this robe was lit up like the sun. Big Vurasai, when the sun is at its peak, midday. Ella, except there was something wrong with this robe. The collar, right, wasn't sewn. It wasn't folded over like when you have a collar like an undershirt. It's folded over and sewn. It wasn't sewn. The collar was open on top. It wasn't fully sewn. So Rabbi Yeshua asked the angel, who does this robe belong to? Amalahem. So they said to him, the Rabbi Yosef Haganon. What's a ganon? It's a ganon. A what? No.
The other one was, you know what it was?
No, Rabbi Yosef Haganon. I don't know exactly. Okay, maybe we'll figure it out by the end. Now Ashkelon, they told there's a guy in Ashkelon. His name is Rabbi Yosef Haganon. It's his coat that we're carrying. Okay. But the Malach said to them, don't worry. Your robe, you rabbis, your robe is even better than this. Okay? But they never saw such a thing, because the thing was lit up like the sun. After Yom Tov, Yodel Ashkelon, they went down to Ashkelon. And everyone in the city heard these two great rabbis were coming. They all went out to meet him. But what they really is, they wanted to bring him into shul, but they should go speak. We're not interested in going to shul. We want to go meet this Yosef Haganon. They brought the two rabbis to Yosef Haganon. You're right, he was a gardener. They saw he was collecting vegetables. So they said Shalom Aleichem to him. Very plain guy. So he said Shalom Aleichem to them. So he said to the rabbis, you left all the rich guys in town and all the famous guys in town. You came to me to embarrass me? You came to embarrass me because I only have vegetables and beans to give you? And God knows that in my basket right now I have shnei tikros lechem. I have 2 loaves of bread. Dafka today. That's all I have. I don't even have vegetables today. I have 2 loaves of bread. Amru, they said, it's okay. It's enough for us. We don't need special food, fancy food. Some bread, some vegetables. Your bread, they said to him, your bread and your vegetables are better to us than 10 chickens and fish by the rich people. Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on here. He doesn't know why they came to him. Yashua they sat down to eat. They sat down, the 3 of them, this guy, the 2 rabbis. And they said Torah because we know in the Mishnah Pekels it says 3 people who eat together on a table and say Torah, it's like they're eating mishulchan shalmakim, like they're eating from the table of Hashem. They benched. Okay. Amullah, they said to them, we didn't come here to eat. We came to tell you, you are going to get a reward in the next world. It's crazy big. But time alone. So tell us, Mama Sechem, what did you ever do to deserve this reward in the next world? Amalahem. He said, I never did anything. Myself, what do I do? You saw what I do. Yeshti karka, I have land, I need a rabbi yerokos, and I plant vegetables. And I supply I support my family with them. They said, no, that's not a reason for you to get this coat that's lit up like this. He said, when you were young, what did you do? He said the following story. Unbelievable story. Talk about self, right? I was one of the biggest people in my city. Avi and my father, was a multi-millionaire. I lost all his money. And the people of the town threw me out of my house. They threw me out of where I was born. And I came here to Ashkelon. And I bought property. And I built a house. And whatever I had left over my money, I gave to charity. And now I need to really rock, right? So and I plant vegetables, that's how I live. And all the money that I make from selling my measly vegetables, half of what I make I give to charity. He's a poor man. Half I give to charity, and the other half we eat. That's all I've ever done. That's what he told the rabbis. Rabbi Yeshua said to him, to Yosef, we want you to know our loved one, you, we want you to know that you have a big reward coming. We want to tell you there was a story, we saw your cloak in the next world. It was in the hands of an angel. It didn't have a collar. And we came here to tell you, this again, if you love somebody, right? We came here to tell you, keep doing good things, so that if you keep doing good things, you're going to get your robe finished. And they left. So his wife was standing there. This Yosef, right? Haganon, his wife heard the whole thing. Unbelievable story. Amrullah, Ishto, so his wife says to her husband, I heard everything these guys told you. That if you give more charity, your beautiful robe is going to be finished. Amrullah. He says to her, they said I should give more charity. I don't have anything to give. Don't you know? I can't give more charity than I'm giving. I only have a couple of vegetables and beans. You should all be married to such a woman. Amrullah, she said to him, Ishtai, his wife said to him, Kach umachar oisi, take me to Bashuk and sell me as a servant in the shuk. Take me and sell me as a slave. L'shivcha, to be a slave. And the money that you get from me, titei l'tzedakah, give all that money to charity, k'dei lahashlim chalutcha, so that your robe will be finished. Sell me as a slave, take all that money. We don't have any money from our beans and our vegetables. Take all that money, give it to tzedakah, and then I'll know and you'll know that your jacket in the next world will be finished. On Allah! He said, I can't do that. That's a mitzvah that's coming through an avera. I'm selling you at the ship. Right? I can't do that. Omra, she said to him, Anoichi nishbaz, I swear, l'chol shvu, I swear, shaloi atame atzmi. I will not do any sin. Don't worry. Nobody will allow anybody to touch me. Sell me as a slave to work, but if you're worried that something's going to happen with me, I won't let anybody touch me. Okay? She kept bothering him every day, sell me. Until she pushed him. A woman can marry him to death until she nagged him that he should do it. And he did it. He sold her, he got a lot of money, and he gave all that money to tzedakah. And the master, Shekana Isa, that bought a Lishivcha, Rosh, he showed this a beautiful woman. He wanted to make trouble. He killed her. And she would not allow him to do anything with her. So he began to beat her. This woman who sold herself that her husband should get a full cloak. So the guy that she wanted to fool around with her, she said, no, the master. So he beat her. But she didn't give in. So finally he gave up. He gave her to the shepherd of his flock. In order to talk her into, to talk to her heart, in order to talk her into doing an avera. Every day the shepherd beat her. But she would not give in. He made her bitter. He opened wounds. She had open wounds. And she went through very painful pain. But she didn't give in. I never told you this story. It's a crazy story. I just saw it this week. After many days, Yosef, the husband, wanted to see what's going on with his wife. And he decided he's going to test her and see if she's really real. Because halachically, really, if she's sold for a shifta, by going in, maybe she's usher to him. So he said, let me test her. So he disguised himself that she would not recognize him. He grew a beard like me and new glasses. Recognize. And he said he tried to get her to do something wrong. She said, I'm married and I can't be with anybody and I'm not well and stay away from me. So the husband kept doing this. But Nisa said he tested her. And he saw that she kept her promise and her swearing that she didn't let any man touch her. He removed the mask from his face. And he admitted to her that he was the one that was testing her. And they both cried very loud. And their prayers and their crying went up to God. And Hashem heard their cries. And Hashem sent Eliyahu Navi to this couple. And Eliyahu Navi said to them, your robe is now finished. Are you ready for this?
No.
And Eliyahu Navi said to them, the Choshekin, surely, Chaluk Ishtcha, the robe of your wife, Toiv Yesim Mishalcha, is much greater than yours. Because of what she was willing to do, she was just worried that her husband, his robe should be finished in Shemayim. So therefore her reward was that her robe in Shemayim was even, Eliyahu Navi said, is much greater than his. But Noisei Loi Simin, and Eliyahu Navi told him about a hidden treasure. Go into the field. In your field that you grow your vegetables. And you'll find under a rock gold and silver. And use that money to buy back your wife. You should know that you're going to have a great reward in front of God. You should be praised in this world, and you'll get a big reward in the next world. Take it from Yad Halach. They went there, they dug it up, they found diamonds and jewels. Right? He came to the guy that bought his wife and he said, I want to redeem her. Take her without any money. She's miserable. Right? You don't need any money. And he let them go. He let her go without any money. So he took all this money now that he found, right, that he was going to use to redeem her. But he the rest of their life. And you have to hear what he's going to say now. I think I know the name of the family. I don't want to say it. I'd have to ask Rav Shani, because his grandfather wrote the Sefer, but I think I know the name of the family. But I just have to make sure. Listen carefully to the reward that they got for what they did, for what she did. They use this money to do good deeds and give charity their whole life. You ready? This Haras Chaim was written 25 years ago. Okay, so Rabbi Menachem Menashe is writing, and still now, you know where these Tanoim lived? 2,000 years ago? They went to visit this guy? So he's saying ages now. That still now, 25 years ago, Haim, they, the Zara, that whole family, Oindim Bashiras, are still a very rich family. Since then till now, I think it's the Rothschilds. I'm not sure, but I think when I heard the story, that's the family. That was Mrs. Rothschild that did this from the Rothschild family from way back. 9 million %, so we'll until I find out for sure, but I think that's who it was. Anyway, so he says, that if a person is holy and does the right thing, and he says, very interesting, if you take the first letters, T is tough, Hey, Yud Vav stands for Teleg. Hashem told Eliyahu, Teleg, go, V'Seidiya, and make it known, Yosef Hagana. Those are the letters of T. Go, make it known to Yosef Haganan, because he was holy, that his reward in the next world is that his chaluk is finished and her chaluk is finished. And he says that this is what Kodesh is.